Today is September 28th, 2020, and this is the news. Here's an update from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also the National Immigration Administration of China. So a few days ago, on September 23rd, they made some changes. Effective from midnight, September 28th, so that is today, foreign nationals holding valid Chinese residence permits for work, personal matters, or a reunion are allowed to enter China with no need for applying for new visas. If the above three categories of residence permits held by foreign nationals expire after midnight on March 28th, 2020, the holders may apply for relevant visas by presenting the expired residence permits and relevant materials to the Chinese embassies or consulates on the condition that the purpose of the holder's visit to China remains unchanged. So this means that if your permit has expired after March 28th this year, you have to present your residence permit that is expired, as well as relevant materials that can prove that you are residing or you're a resident of China, like bills or a driver's license, something like that from China. So all this applies for all the visas that have residence permits, like Q1 visa. So Q2 is like more of just a visiting visa. That one you don't require to every time you go into China. You just stay there temporarily, and you don't need to register to the local police department. Whereas a Q1, you have to do that in order to get your residence permit. So L visa's not accepted yet either. So we're really looking at if you do have a spouse or family member, you have a Q1 visa, you're good to go. You just need the paperwork to prove it if it's expired. So yeah, driver's license or bills, that you're paying for your property. The above-mentioned personnel shall strictly abide by the Chinese regulations on epidemic prevention and control. So all the procedures that they need to do to get in, like COVID testing and stuff like that. Other measures in the announcement issued on March 26th will continue to be implemented. So if you go back to the original post on March 26th, it's all this stuff everything else is the same. While ensuring effective epidemic control, the Chinese government will continue resuming people-to-people exchanges in a step-by-step and orderly manner. So that's from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and then National Immigration Administration of China. All right, so yeah, if you have your Q1 visa or any kind of visa that has a residence permit, you're good to go. Just you got to get all your paperwork together and materials and to prove it. And yeah, it's good news. So hopefully next there will be some more pressure coming in October around the 10th. I would say the first to second week of October. Seems like the tourism board, the World Tourism Board, I can't remember the name of them. I think it's called WTTO or something like that. You can look it up. They are working on pressuring governments to get the ball rolling, like getting airlines going and allowing travel, because many countries are suffering. Tourism companies are really suffering, and they just got to, they're trying to get the pressure onto the governments to get things rolling, at least in the EU for now. That's what's going on. Other news we have is, so you have ByteDance in the States dealing with TikTok. So China is thinking about just pulling TikTok out of the States, or pretty much the rest of the world. It's basically just kind of getting tired of the hoops they gotta jump through, and I think the government's gonna just pressure them to pull the plug. It seems like, we don't know. It's a big fiasco. On the other part of the world, in Europe, now European countries the European Union actually is telling the United States that we don't want our data from Facebook and Instagram going to the U.S. government. Now, so there's another side that the U.S. has to battle with now. And yeah, that's all the news up for today. And I'll keep you up to date in the future. This is Michael Lilly, and this has been my podcast. Thank you for listening.